Hi. It's me, the guy behind the camera. I just want to announce to y'all, one, I have a Patreon. So like, if you do want to support the channel any way you can, or any way that you think may be useful, that's a good place to start. I got like a $1 tier, a $3 tier, and a $5 tier, respectfully. And even if you don't have the money to support the Patreon, honestly, just your engagement and like, just you reaching out and actually talking to me, that helps. Like when people DM me on Instagram, or like I see the comments and I read them, like y'all realize like that helps out with the content a lot more than you think. So honestly, your engagement matters more than the money you hand to me. But the money helps to keep these things going so that like I don't have to move away from them for long periods of time. Like I know a lot of you have been waiting on the next chapter of my comic E-Kings, for example. And I am sorry for that. But I promise you, this next chapter is just bigger than usual. And I wanted to give you something more fun to read than the stuff you've been getting since, you've just been watching characters talk for a minute. Let's have some fun. But be mindful of all the other stuff I'm doing. I'm on other platforms, so if you miss me on here, you still got my Instagram. But I also wanted to let you know that I do want to start a podcast. I know that sounds ridiculous because it's like you trying to balance all these things and everything else is slowing down. But look, I no longer have TikTok. You probably been on a lot of y'all probably came from my TikTok and wondered why I don't have any more videos on there, even though it's technically not that banned. I deleted it. So no more videos. And I could do the whole VPN thing, but I don't feel like it. So I'll just honestly take the conversations that I have on TikTok and move them to a audio-only podcast for now. That way I can have longer discussions. I'll bring in reference material that I'm reading to talk about these things. So maybe if you want to take a break from drawing or you just need something to listen to, the podcast can be there. I'm going to call it the Lily Pad Porch Chat Podcast. I know, it's a long name, but I thought it was quaint. It's kind of like the vibe of just sitting out front of your home on the porch, just talking. But my other username is Frog in the Hoodie, so I thought, why not keep the frog thing going? Because they've always been my favorite type of animal. So if you want to support that, just stay tuned for it and mess with my socials so that I can announce it. I'd like for it to be out soon, but if you would like to support my Patreon, please do that. But if you don't got the money, I'm not stressing. But it's something I do have to advertise to you and move it forward. But if y'all got like any art and you want me to see it, just post it on your Instagram and tag me. But probably use the hashtag Froggy in a Hoodie art, because that way I'll probably be able to see it. Or the guy in green art, that might be easier. One of the two, it doesn't really matter. But I won't hold you for too long. You gotta make a daily doodle and get in the green. Oh, and all that stuff I yapped about, you can find it in the link in the description. Please check that out. Thank you. I know, I deceived you. But before I actually get started, I gotta remind you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you know when I upload, and comment and let me know how you feel. Tell me what you're listening to, what you're eating on, what you're drawing. If you want me to see some of your artwork on Instagram or so, just use the hashtag God in Green fan art or something. Do that. Use that hashtag. That way I'll be able to see it. And if y'all send me DMs on Instagram, I'll be trying to get to them because like folks will text me just to let me know that they mess with the content. Y'all know how much that means to me. Like I appreciate when y'all reach out. But anyway, let's doodle for real. I'm sorry. All right. Chat, we done warmed up quite a bit. Let's make some panels. Let's do some doodles here. Let's really warm up with the guy. I know y'all ain't seen me in a minute. If this goes correct, this video should be out Wednesday, which means TikTok will either be banned or not, but it'll be posted that. If that's 19, I guess Wednesday the 22nd would be the best day for that to be out. I guess what I want to depict, because like I need y'all to understand that like a lot of the time when I'm daydreaming at work, I'm thinking about the next drawing I'm gonna make, the next thing I'm gonna do. Like I genuinely enjoy art to the extent that like I'm thinking about it a lot. Because like once I was able to remove the expectation of making something great, there was only love left to give. I don't think you get it. That sounds maybe a little too vulnerable, but I do mean it in the sense that it left me with a lot of room to fail and still enjoy my failure. I could look at something that I didn't do well enough and say, but I tried. And I bet if I try to cook it up again, it'll look better. I was able to resolve my failures and the things I didn't like in the drawing and just say, hey, but it's there. I did try. And if someone looks at it, they should be able to see what I've conveyed on paper. But I guess in this scene, maybe what I wanted to depict. He's like a monster made of slime. But I'm wondering how that look. Maybe he's a gangster almost. Like he's a man made of slime. But like one of those mob Italian slime guys. He's like oozing out the suit. You know, sunglasses. Because the sun will melt his slime eyes. There goes his torso. He's gonna have on one of them $1,000 suits, you get me? He got them $1,600 Cartier frames on his face. His glasses, they don't drip. That wasn't even funny. I'll leave it in. Like, you see how awful this is turning out already? But guess what? I'm sticking with it because I got to get my ideas on paper because I'm actually kind of liking the idea of a slime gangster. What y'all thinking? Open suit jacket or closed suit jacket? It doesn't matter. Now, if I knew how to like draw things from this angle and such, you don't know how like goated I'd be with art if I could develop a shorthand for things like that. But I just can't. Like, it's so hard to draw like guns and foreshorten them. Like, it's actually difficult. Y'all don't get it. Especially with a drawing like this. Like, I'm truly guessing and I can't even like stop moving the pen because like I need y'all to be attentive to it, chat. But I had to start picking up pens because if I didn't, I was going to keep trying to erase my mistakes. But with a pen, I'd be forced to leave them and work with whatever failures or mistakes that I make. And it allowed me to be able to incorporate them into the finished piece, and people wouldn't even realize that those were the parts that I messed up on. But oddly enough, if you look at any of my sketches in my sketchbooks that are done with solely pen, any part of the paper that has the most lines probably is the part I couldn't draw. Like, if it has the most lines, I was fighting for my life on that part of the page, trying to figure that out. And I didn't know about that phenomena where like digital artists will like try to undo something in real life with some traditional until I was in art class and we had to relearn perspective. I'm talking about bro had us sat for 20 minutes explaining 1 point perspective. And I don't even mean this with disrespect, but I was actually snoozing. I was like, oh brother, I already know this, but I was gonna like say anything, but I'm just like, it does not take 20 minutes for you to draw some lines and connect them. Like, I'm actually about to fall asleep standing here, but I done went on a tangent and forgot what I was talking about. Boo-hoo. Slime gangster. That's what we're here for. I gotta be okay with my mistakes. That's what we're talking about. Now, I'll probably have him doing one of them. Tuka. Wait. I don't want him to have actual eyebrows. They're gonna have to be like gooey eyebrows of like an actual slime guy. And then like but the gun might be like dripping. Cause you know, he slime. That's not even funny. I gotta draw in his $1,600 Cartier frames. I'm really just recording this video so I can unwind after work, make a video, and also make some art at the same time, if you haven't noticed. So honestly, if you're learning something, you're gonna learn through the passive yappings of a guy just trying to put lines on paper. But pick up a pen and draw with me. That's usually how this shit go. That's probably your best bet. Just join me. Because what you draw don't even got to be good. But honestly, don't give up on it. That's usually the issue. Sometimes the drawing can be bad, but don't give up on it yet. Like sometimes you just need to stop drawing, put it down, and come back later when you're ready. Because sometimes that happens. You know, you can't figure out how to draw it, but you're trying to get it down. It's like, nah, bro. Put the pen down. Put the pen down. You will figure it out tomorrow or the next day or the next day. Come back when you're ready. Sometimes it gets like that. Or the page just has bad vibes and you got to skip it. But sometimes just step away. You don't have to exhaust yourself with this. Like, I know I'd be in the videos like, oh my God, go draw. But it's just to get you a reminder. You don't got to rush your craft, man. But sometimes you get lost in the commotion of life. It gets so easy to neglect the things you truly care about. But if you want to show you truly care about it, keep that cultivation up. That's all. Because honestly, we're the results of all our actions and the things we spend the most of our time on. That's kind of how I'm starting to see things now. If y'all want more of these Warm Up Wednesday videos, let me know. But while I got you kidnapped, held hostage in my video, read my comic Eat Kings on Webtoon. It's about 2 fast food workers in a futuristic city. Even though they live in the slums that technologically is less advanced than the larger main city of the future that they live in. I guess future relative to our time. But the story carries values of teamwork in the workplace against corruption, anti-imperialist values, but it's overall a fun time inspired by the anime and cartoons that I watched growing up. But who wouldn't want to read a piece about fast food workers going on adventures and living a life far more strange than they ever imagined that they could live, considering that a life like that would be mundane and boring. But I didn't want Eat Kings to just be something silly, something strange. I wanted it to be a level of the things that I cared about. I wanted it to be something that could stand 10 toes in black media. That kids could be like, yeah, that's my favorite show growing up. You know, something that black folks can watch and be prideful of that. They can have characters that not only they relate to, but they want to look up to. Because we was at home watching Dragon Ball, like, yeah, Piccolo Black. I want for kids to grow up and see my characters. And there wasn't nothing wrong with folks relating to Piccolo, because, you know, you got the Saiyans. You know, we rocking with Mark because Mark rocking with us. You know, we got the Namekians. We seen them as black. We attaching to them because we understand that Piccolo the odd one out, but they still mess with them. And that's kind of how black folks was seeing ourselves as Piccolo. I want kids to grow up and be like, oh, this character from E Kings I relate to, or this character from E Kings I relate to. Like, you got different types of black folks being represented in this media. Different types of people in general. But that's kind of the goal I was going for with my comic. But it's just strange that like all the things I want to talk about, it feels like it's pointless. The world's so messed up. Why even write it? It's already happening. I'll be like, oh, this is cool. Let me put that in the comic. They already doing it. Like, I don't think y'all realize just how strange this world is the more you learn. Like, it's truly peculiar out here. Like, it's crazy. I probably didn't even say that word right, but I did use it correctly. I just probably didn't say it correctly because, I'm tongue-tied. But anyway, let me know what y'all drawing. I love adding like words and stuff to my art now. Like, it's so lovely to do. Like, it really just puts it together. And I love just adding like little word bubbles to my characters. Like, they don't even be funny for real. Get gone before you get gooey. That actually sounds disgusting, but he made a slime, so that kind of has to work. I'm sorry if that's corny. Alright, y'all. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And please comment, because I do be reading them. I promise you, especially in my spare time when I'm at work or on a break, I'll read the comments. So I'd love to see what y'all think. But I also got some new art supplies because, back in college now, I can't just sit at home all day. But I got some art classes to take, and they've got me some new supplies I want to use. So y'all probably going to warm up and see me just do some freestyles today. But usually when I warm up drawing, my handwriting was never the best in school. People never liked to copy my notes. But I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, I usually like to practice my 3D forms, like my cubes. My spears. Or how y'all say it? Y'all say spheres or spears? You pronounce the F or the P. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're not going to let me know that in the comments, let me know what you're listening to. Because I think I might have been listening to Smino before I started this video. But, I kind of practice my 3D forms. Kind of freestyle some lines there. Like, if you see any of my artwork, like usual, you recognize that, like, the things I play to the most in terms of strength is form and perspective. At least I'd like to think so. Because if you look at any of the other aspects of my art, they're lacking. But when you play to your strengths, it almost looks like you can draw anything. Or paint. Or depict anything. I really just kind of want to stack some shapes. Give these shapes a relationship. They're real good friends, man. Because usually when you're trying to approach your work, you don't even know what you're going to draw sometimes. Oh, I just knocked the hell out of my mic. I'm sorry, guys. But sometimes you want to draw. Like, you have the urge to draw. You want to make something. You want to make something cool. But you don't even have any ideas. Well, it will almost at least give you some flowing. You could maybe you could even awake some ideas in a warm-up. Like sometimes maybe I'll even do thumbnail sketches of like artwork that I want to make, but maybe I don't fully have there. Like, how about we have a moon along the horizon with massive eyes. It's peering over a city of sorts. Just make some thumbnail sketches. And then, maybe I take this idea, I blow it up. I gotta show y'all how to fill a sketchbook in. Because I'm not gonna lie. Like, ever since I've been in class, like, I've been making some cool stuff in here. Like, and y'all shouldn't even look too hard in it. Because, like, this is, like, notes from my comic and stuff. But, like, I've been making cool stuff in here. Y'all gotta peep the sketchbook tour when I do it for this one. I don't know if y'all are tired of those. Or if y'all just like watching those while you eat. Do y'all watch my videos while y'all eat? Because I know I be watching like cave diving videos when I'm eating. That's how it goes, really. And they be scary too. Like, I'll never go in no cave and get in them crevices. Like, bro, nobody's gonna, I wouldn't congratulate nobody. They go in the cave to do that. You chose to put yourself in danger. That's not, I would never celebrate that. I'm sorry. It's not impressive that you put yourself in danger and survive. You got lucky. But no hate to them. They like to do it. It doesn't always go horrible, but like it can. And it goes horrible badly. It's like something so unfathomably crazy. You see how the ideas are just flowing out of me? That might be crazy to say. Now, I'm not the best when it comes to perspective. Because growing up, I was like learning art from YouTube. I was probably watching people like Kuzamari, Jazza, the animation peoples. I think, especially White Manga, I was all over his videos. They really helped me too. I think I really got into his videos when I was like in middle school, maybe. But like, I was on YouTube learning art. And it's crazy to think that I'm making videos now. And people watch them, they're like, oh yeah, this guy's art is crazy. Like, and it's because it's like they had something I wanted, like, notoriety with their work. I always wanted that. But this happened unintentionally. Like, I wanted it, but it wasn't like a dream of mine to like, it wasn't like a goal. Like, oh, I want to be a famous artistic YouTuber. I just wanted to make stuff and I wanted like a lot of people to see it. That's how it went for me. This perspective is underdeveloped. So I'll probably just do a little scope, little survey of the scene. Place my horizon line. Place my vanishing point. And we're going to just make our perspective lines from that point. Gonna place some lines parallel to the horizon line, descending, parallel lines, ascending, maybe even some verticals too, Just going crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? This looks like mess to you, I know. But I've got all the essential instruments here. I've got the horizon line, I've got the sky, and I got the earth at the bottom. Because I'm trying to convey a cityscape. So I probably need to figure out how I'm going to place these rectangles that resemble buildings. I just keep knocking the camera. I keep knocking y'all over. I hope y'all not mad at me for that. My fault, chat. You probably can't see what I'm making, but what I am cooking is very seasoned. I got some, kind of see the buildings I'm making from there. This one's closer to the horizon line, so you don't see the side face. But these kind of move almost away from the horizon line, but closer to the camera, so you can see their sides and other faces more. I hope you can kind of see what I'm trying to depict with these buildings, man. But the worst thing that I can tell you about art is the fact that the things you want to do, you can do it. You just actually have to do it. Like, it sounds like it's obvious, but it also sounds like it doesn't make sense. Because, like, I want to paint. I want to do that. But I had to do it. I was going to have to get the stuff and learn to do it. And there's no shortcuts. And it's like, once I got that in my mind, I was like, oh, okay. So this is the way I'm supposed to walk this path. I'll get there eventually. It'll be a little slow, but I might as well have fun with it. I just kept trying things out. I was like, oh, what if I did this? What if I did this? What if I did this? And sometimes I ended up finding things that I loved. Never stop experimenting with the stuff you make or just trying new things to incorporate into the stuff you already know. It'll reveal to you, like, parts of yourself you didn't even know was there. You expose it to something new and awaken the thing. You get me? Oddly enough, this little sketch I got in this upper corner reminds me of something I drew during my art trip. I should do a story time about that, because that trip actually had me a little spooked for a few days. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, if y'all want that story time of the art trip, let me know in the comments. But if y'all don't want it, don't even hurt my feelings, chat. I'm not going to take it personal. I always liked drawing entities in my work that were either vaguely human, but like off in a way, like in a sense of this resembles a man, but like it's hard to explain. You know, I had, like, if you look at like a lot of my traditional work before I ever started digital, you'd see a lot of faces, whether it's almost exaggerated to the extreme, agonizing expressions, or they were blank with closed eyes and motionless expressions. You get me? Like, this was the human form, but stretched to be something almost not even necessarily divine, but supernatural. Like, and it's strange to carry that on into like the other mediums, because it's like I didn't even know where all that stuff came from, but I made a lot of great traditional work. It's just strange that in my efforts to pick up digital art now, I haven't really gone back to it. Just using pens and markers for my work now. I haven't done that in a while, but I made some cool stuff just by accident. But oddly enough, you see all that great work and think that like I was cooking. That great work was made at one of my lowest points when it came to making art. I was making a piece like on a bi-weekly, monthly basis. I barely touched the stuff. Every time I touched the sketchbook, I just made trash. That's what it felt like. I didn't like anything I was drawing. And you probably wondering, oh, how do I fix that? You better ask in the comments for me to make a video, because if I go on a rant, you're probably not going to listen to it in this video. So as for it specifically, if you stuck in your art block and you want to learn how to get out, ask. I'll probably make a better video than the last one I made. Whoa. What's up, Ivies? What we gonna be doing today is y'all gonna be warming up with me, because I gotta work on my comic. I just got off work, but y'all gonna warm up with me. So this is gonna be a little looser of a video, not too much editing, nothing crazy. But I do want to get back more into making videos consistently like I used to, especially with, one of my platforms going under. So y'all please let me know what y'all want to see more of content-wise, not just art stuff. But before I get started, I also gotta let you know, you gotta get in the green. Okay, chat. So I talked to y'all for like 2 straight minutes, looked back at the footage and realized my mic was not on. Anyway, I need y'all to understand, for you, it may have been a jump cut, but for me, it's been like an entire day. But like I said previously, I'm going to make, another drawing for y'all, and then we're going to have a big old announcement for class, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get up, I'm going to announce something. Y'all mess with that? But anyway, still to that because I want to tell y'all something. But I think what I'll draw, I don't know. I've been real self-obsessed with my comic lately because it's like I can finally do all the cool stuff that I wanted in like cartoons or anime or shows that I watch, and I can just do that now. I can do whatever I want, and there's gonna be somebody that's like, I mess with this heavy. But I'll probably draw Jay from my comic E Kings. Now I need y'all to. I suck at drawing hats. So like when I'm doing a comic and I'm trying to draw their faces, with Jay I always have to start with the hat because his face is not like Trey's where I can just do a bunch of swoops and approximate it. Like I have to like make sure the dreads frame his face and they come out of the hat, but then also make sure that his eyebrows are massive because like he needs really expressive eyebrows. And it's like it's such a hard thing for me to like maintain Eat Kings as like a style that looks cartoonish but also still has a bit of accurate anatomy to it. Like it's a bit, I wouldn't say difficult, but it's like it's a balance because like I was doing a sketch earlier, chat, and I'm talking it was just it's like with every re-sketch of it, it just got more and more, I wouldn't say realistic, but realistic is probably the best way to describe it. This is Jay from E Kings. Oh no, I forgot his nose ring. Now his eyes aren't usually that far apart, but that's the general shape that I be giving y'all. You got Jay. I know some of y'all be reading the comic. If y'all reading the comic, let me know how y'all like it in the comments. Or tell me your favorite character is, because mine, I think the character I have the most fun with is probably Manager Man and Cleo. But y'all let me know what characters y'all messing with the most. Honestly, when it comes to drawing characters, I just have to find whatever landmarks of their faces exist and just put those in every time and just hope for the best. He like smacks his lips. Or not really smacks his lips, but you know, sucks his teeth. But my comic has two main characters. They're supposed to be a duo, kind of like Adventure Time's protagonists, Finn and Jake, or Mordecai and Rigby. You know, two protagonists that serve to propel the story instead of just one. But you've got Jay, and you've got the respective Trey. It's wild that I'm freehanding this. I don't think y'all understand. I rarely do it nice like this. It is crazy. But here go Trey. Let's write their names so y'all understand. Here's Trey. Now, I'm not entirely as sure why I wanted two protagonists for a story, because it's like, out of all the stories I thought of like as a kid to write, ones with two protagonists never really was a thing I was on. But I guess it gives people someone to choose and root for, or a character that they can relate to over the other. Like they can see them and themselves in this duo. I guess that's kind of how it is. You got the main characters of my comic, E Kings. And the character manager man I mentioned earlier looks like this. Can y'all see that? Making sure. But it's probably not turned the right way. Now, the whole gimmick is that Manager Man is probably the most facially expressive out of all the characters. All you're really going to get is his eyes, eyebrows, and that's it. And then his mouth will probably do something wacky. But he's like comedic relief for me, I guess. Just the idea of like an old man just being free to himself. That was always hilarious to me. So that's what I do with him. But I'm not going to write Manager Man out. I'm just going to write MM. You know what? I'll draw Cleo. Because I'm getting better at drawing her, but like her setup is a bit different. And it can be easy to do wrong. Because she has a visor. My drawing posture is probably crazy right now. How do y'all look when y'all draw? Hold on, chat. I might be cooking. Ah, shit. Hold on, I spoke too soon. Made the ear a little too low, but that's livable, chat. We live. We still ball another day. I started the bubbles too close, but it's straight. We got Cleo. I'm forcing y'all to learn about E-Kings now. It don't matter if you don't read it. You gonna know these characters at least. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna force y'all to get acclimated to the characters over the course of these drawing videos. So even if you don't read them, you already know them. There's actually other employees that work at E-Kings. Like, you still got Ricky and ground beef, I guess, but I'll draw Ricky. I haven't drawn him in a minute, though. Ah, I forgot about Damani, bro. How could I forget? Nah, I'm gonna leave it blank. Let's give y'all that announcement, chat. Hi. It's me, the guy behind the camera. I just want to announce to y'all, one, I have a Patreon. So, like, if you do want to support the channel any way you can, or any way that you think may be useful, that's a good place to start. I got like a $1 tier, a $3 tier, and a $5 tier, respectfully. And even if you don't have the money to support the Patreon, honestly, just your engagement and like, you know, just you reaching out and actually talking to me, that helps. Like, when people DM me on Instagram, or like I see the comments and I read them, like, y'all realize like that helps out with the content a lot more than you think. So honestly, your engagement matters more than the money you hand to me. But the money helps to keep these things going so that like I don't have to move away from them for long periods of time. Like, I know a lot of you have been waiting on the next chapter of my comic E-Kings, for example. And I am sorry for that. But I promise you, this next chapter is just bigger than usual. And I wanted to give you something more fun to read than the stuff you've been getting since, you've just been watching characters talk for a minute. Let's have some fun. But be mindful of all the other stuff I'm doing. I'm on other platforms, so if you miss me on here, you still got my Instagram. But I also wanted to let you know that I do want to start a podcast. I know that sounds ridiculous because it's like you trying to balance all these things and everything else is slowing down. But look, I no longer have TikTok. You probably been on a lot of y'all probably came from my TikTok and wondered why I don't have any more videos on there, even though it's technically not that banned. I deleted it. So no more videos. And I could do the whole VPN thing, but I don't feel like it. So I'll just honestly take the conversations that I have on TikTok and move them to a audio-only podcast for now. That way I can have longer discussions. I'll bring in reference material that I'm reading to talk about these things. So maybe if you want to take a break from drawing or you just need something to listen to, the podcast can be there. I'm going to call it the Lily Pad Porch Chat Podcast. I know, it's a long name, but I thought it was quaint. It's kind of like the vibe of just sitting out front of your home on the porch, just talking. But, my other username is Frog in the Hoodie, so I thought, why not keep the frog thing going? Because they've always been my favorite type of animal. So if you want to support that, just stay tuned for it and mess with my socials so that I can announce it. I'd like for it to be out soon. But if you would like to support my Patreon, please do that. But if you don't got the money, I'm not stressing. But it's something I do have to advertise to you and move it forward. But if y'all got like any art and you want me to see it, just post it on your Instagram and tag me. But probably use the hashtag Froggy in a Hoodie art, because that way I'll probably be able to see it. Or the guy in green art, that might be easier. One of the two, it doesn't really matter. But I won't hold you for too long. You gotta make a daily doodle and get in the green. Oh, and all that stuff I yapped about, you can find it in the link in the description. Please check that out. Thank you.